Gotcha. Now, speaking of 135, like I just said a few minutes ago, we have a really big fight this weekend between Haney and Kambosos, man. If you could break that down for us and tell us how you see that one playing out.
Devin Haney all the way. I won't be wrong at all. Devin Haney big time. I like Kambosos. We actually fought Kambosos, Mickey Bay and myself, and I thought that we edged it. I thought my nephew pulled it out, and this was from a person who hadn't been in the ring for some time. He put on a great performance. Devin is ready to go. I think Devin is going to box circles around Kambosos.
Granted, but is it going to be a little bit difficult because it is in Australia? Haney's dad, who's been in his corner since the amateur, since he was born, really, isn't allowed to go to Australia. Do any of those factors play into the actual fight?
No, I mean, taking some words out of his father's mouth, his father's own very words. Devin knows how to fight. Devin has been around other people, and he can basically follow the lines of discretion. I believe that if I'm not mistaken, Yoel Judah and Mickey Bay will be there with him. That's all he needs.
Gotcha. Now, I know you're saying that he's going to box circles around Kambosos, but were you at least, I guess I want to say, surprised that he did end up beating Teofimo last year?
No, there was so much going on in Teo's life, which is a shame that he was distracted, unfocused, and unfortunately, even the best of us have to be on point. If you're not, you can come up short.
Gotcha. Now, I know we're talking about 135, but officially, it seems like Richard Commey is moving up to 140, and he is going to be fighting Hold It the Drop.
Yes.
So, did you guys kind of pick that opponent and say, hey, we want to fight one of the top guys at 140, so after that, we can possibly fight for the world title?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, as you well know, Richie's definitely one of my favorite nephews, and we're working on precision attacks now. Him utilizing his jab, and he has to remember he has to stay focused, because sometimes he loses focus in fights. We can't lose focus in this fight for him to be successful against Pedraza, and I think he will not lose focus, and he will be very successful.
How difficult is a fight against Pedraza? A lot of people don't even really realize, but he gave Tank a few problems a few years ago. So how difficult is that matchup for you and Commey?
Well, like I said before, if Richard stays focused and he stays on the jab and just keeping his hands up, he doesn't even have to really be ring very articulate. He just has to keep his hands and give a studious blue-collar performance, and he could set up a knockout.
Who do you view as the top guy at 140 pounds right now?
Oh, well, you got to give it to Josh Taylor. He still is, even though I thought he lost his last fight. He's still a top guy. You got to beat that. It's like a double elimination. You got to beat him twice to be that man. Mm-hmm. But right now, Josh Taylor, but there's a bevy of talent that's growing and coming up in that weight class. It's going to be something to see.
Ironically enough, Commey's moving up pretty much the same time that Teofimo Lopez is moving up. Is that a showdown that you see eventually happening again? A rematch you've seen with you guys?
Well, at a point in time, if it should happen, so be it. Boxing is a business, and although Teo and Richard seem to have a really good friendship now, if it came down to them having to box each other, then so be it. We have to.
How would you see a matchup between Teo and Josh Taylor playing out?
Well, once again, they have to go up. They have to get comfortable with the weight. There are variables that are involved. But I think if Teo was on point, he would give a really, really good performance when it came to Josh Taylor.
But good performance, but would that equal a win in your view?
I would expect him to win.
Wow, okay. I'm not sure if you know, but Josh Taylor, he was undisputed, but he just recently dropped his WBA title. So
Right.
is that kind of the route that you believe Commey should go? At least try to go after the WBA title, because you're not really too sure what if Josh is going to continue to stay at 140, if he's going to eventually move
Right.
up. Is that the kind of path you guys want to go?
Well, there's going to be lots of activity once Josh gets rid of the titles. Once he does that, we're going to see a lot of the 140s who are coming up get their chance to be that special person. And I'm looking forward to it.